Hey guys, how's it going? Brian Danoff here. Long time no see. I'm coming to you live. Well, I guess not live, but I'm coming to you from my apartment in Boston. I just started my junior year of college studying broadcast journalism, um, and it's going great. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that tomorrow night is the AL wildcard game between the Yankees and the Oakland A's. And, I really thought and hoped the Yankees would win the division coming to this season. But quite a lot of things went wrong and didn't go according to plan. It wasn't that dream season like everyone hoped. They weren't murderers row. Giancarlo Stanton didn't hit 50 home runs, neither did Aaron Judge. And they only ended up winning 100 games. And, no, I mean, that's great. Considering everything that went wrong, a lot of injuries, a lot of inconsistent play, Gary Sanchez cratering, to still, have won 100 games, a 9-win improvement over last year, and still just 100 games. I mean, that's an incredible feat. Only a few Yankees teams have done that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And the Yankees are the first wildcard team. They will host the wildcard game once again. They'll be playing the Oakland A's. And, it's interesting because I don't know how this postseason is going to go for any team in the American League and the National League. I have my gut feelings. I have my predictions per se. But really, I wouldn't be surprised to see any of these teams go to the World Series and win it. It's the wild card game. I hate it. I hate that it's a one-game playoff. I'm fine with adding another round and making it more important to win the division. I get that. Make it a 3-game series. Make it a best 2 out of 3 series. You can do it. You can work it into the schedule, and you don't have to throw away 162 games worth of, games in one game. I hate that. That's not baseball. You can't force a tiebreaker. I loved yesterday's Game 163s because that was a forced tiebreaker. I mean, it wasn't a forced tiebreaker. It was a natural tiebreaker that occurred because after 162 games, there was a tie. There were 2 ties in the National League Central and the West, and it had to be decided that way. But that's not how it should be. That shouldn't be a thing every single season, no matter what happens, because that takes away from the kind of specialty, the uniqueness of a game 163. But yeah. So anyway, the Yankees are coming into this game, and again with them, it's going to be interesting because I personally, I'm telling people this in person. I feel like they're either going to lose tonight or tomorrow or win the World Series. I mean, I do have a lot of confidence in them if they get past this game. And I say if because it is such a random game. Anything can happen. The Yankees, you obviously are the overwhelming favorites in this game for a lot of reasons, with the home field advantage, with they're starting Luis Severino, while the A's are going to bullpen this game, which is pretty interesting. They're going to start with Liam Hendricks, but they're going to go to many more pitchers after that. And I think that's really interesting how really bullpenning, which became this phenomenon and was used a lot by the Tampa Bay Rays early on in the season, is now being used by a 96-win A's team in a wild card game. And I think it's just an interesting step forward and a big moment for baseball as they kind of figure out this new analytics age and try to figure out, is bullpenning the way of the future? Are we going to see less starting pitchers? Are we going to see less guys throwing 150, 200 innings? It's kind of interesting to me. And I recently read Brian Kenny's book. I'm kind of falling for analytics, and I do see the value in bullpenning. But anyway, so the Yankees are starting Severino. They have home field advantage. Obviously, they've been through this before last year, and it's kind of interesting because it's like they had the best wild card game last year that a team playing in the wild card game this year could have had, if that makes sense. Because they started with Luis Severino getting bombed. They were losing 3-0. They had so much adversity, and they came right back in the first inning. It was a little back and forth for the next couple innings, and the Yankees ended up blowing it open against the Minnesota Twins. but the Yankees have experience A, playing in the game, and B, trailing early, which is kind of interesting. I think the Yankees this year maybe can't afford to fall into too early of a hole because the A's can truly slug with the Yankees. The Twins were really no match when it came to power. The Yankees kind of out-homered them in that game at the end of the day. But the A's can stick right with the Yankees. You know, they have Matt Olson, they have Matt Chapman, Chris Davis, of course, the good Chris Davis. So yeah, it's going to be a slug. It might be a slugfest, and I think it's very important for the Yankees to score first in this game and hopefully put up a big number in the first inning. You want to just squash any of their hopes of coming into Yankee Stadium and taking this game. And the A's scare me as a Yankees fan, and if I were the Yankees, the A's scare me. They're a good team. They won 96 games. They have a great young lineup. They have some solid arms in the bullpen. And you know, it's a one game, so it's hard to predict, but it's just going to come down to who makes the biggest play and who gets the clutch hit. It's so cliche, but when a one game playoff, how much can you really analyze? You know, the Yankees are a better team. They have a better lineup. They have a better bullpen. They probably have a better rotation. So you just kind of hope that the chips fall into place for the Yankees and that they can survive this. And again, as I said, if they survive this, I give them a great chance of beating Boston in the ALDS. That would be so cool being here in Boston to see the Yankees and Red Sox play in a postseason series. Because as the 20-year-old person that I am, I don't really remember or cared when the Yankees last played the Red Sox in the postseason. In 2004, I was 6 years old. In 2003, I was 5. And I wasn't a baseball fan then. So this would be really cool. It'd be a long time in the making. And I think the Yankees would have a great shot. They just have to get there. They just have to win tomorrow. And I give them a great chance against the Red Sox. And I think, as we saw in last postseason, they can go toe-to-toe with the Astros or the Indians. It's really interesting. You know, this postseason, I feel like, could go in many different ways. But at the end of the day, I think if the Yankees win tomorrow, they have as good a shot as anyone to win the World Series. Obviously, if they lose tomorrow, they would not. So that's kind of my mini preview. I don't have too much more to add. If I have time, if I feel like it, I will try to make some more videos this postseason. Probably only if the Yankees win and go far. Kind of was a missed opportunity last postseason because it was such a fun ride, even though they didn't win. But hopefully this year they can, and it'd be a really cool thing to see. You know, 28 and 2018 has a nice ring to it, and would be an amazing finish to a season that, although they won 100 games, so much went wrong. But hopefully, that's baseball. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And if things go right for the Yankees now, they'll win it all. They really will. So that's all I have. What do you guys think? Are you nervous for the wild card game? Are you excited? I'm a little of both. I remember having this knot in my stomach last year, 24 hours before, and it's here again, and it's not going to go away until the last out tomorrow night, no matter what it is. But yeah, just keep following me on Twitter. I made a new Twitter. It's at Brian T. Danoff. That's my middle initial. I am interning at CBS Boston currently as the sports intern, having a lot of fun. And yeah, just follow me on Twitter. You can like me on Facebook. Just look up Brian Danoff and like my page. Yeah, I'm still active. I'm doing a lot, just not on this channel. But if I do stuff, you'll see it on those pages more than this YouTube channel. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Go Yankees, and let's see what happens.